Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. A bit of a different video for you today. We're going to talk about power banks. There's a lot of power banks on the market. There's guys that have been on the market for many years, like the PowerOaks over here. We've obviously been working with Jackery for a couple of years now. They've supported the channel. And you've got the new kid on the block, EcoFlow. They've come from nowhere and they've got quite a range of power banks that we're going to look at. First of all, PowerOak. Now, I've not had a great deal of experience with PowerOaks, but with us right here, we've got a kind of a medium-sized one, and we've got the big one. I think this one's around about £750. Over here, this one's about £2,000. Although there's often deals, you can get a bit of a better deal on the market. Then we've got the Jackeries, and we've got a 500 and 1,000 Jackery. We've done a review on the Jackeries before, and we'll put a link in the description there. You can go ahead and see that. And the EcoFlows. We've been playing with this big guy here. That's a 2,000 watt one. Again, it's the 2,000 pound one, so it's quite a big, heavy, substantial unit. And then we've got this is a River Pro. And I've also got the EcoFlow River, with it much handier in size, if I'm honest with you. But today we're just going to talk about a little bit about each, and really about these main two big ones over here, and we'll compare the technology, and we'll compare kind of the power outputs and see which one's best for your use. Right, let's start off with this big guy. This is the AC200, and it's from PowerOak. Let's have a look at some of the capabilities of it. On the top here, we've got a couple of 15-watt wireless charging ports, so that's pretty good, where the EcoFlow doesn't have them. Coming across here, we've got a power button. Here we have a 12-volt and a 25-amp output here. Here is your traditional cigarette lighter, which is 12-volt and a 10-amp output here. We've got a 12-volt, 3-amp output right there, and a PD port of 60 watts there, which is very good for things like charging the MacBook. That's where the PD port comes in handy. However, this guy over here has got a little bit more of a powerful PD port. We'll take a look at that in a second. You've got a USB 5-volt traditional, got a couple of them in there, 5-volt 3-amp, 5-volt 3-amp. So there's 4 of the traditional Type A USBs, and it's these ports here that you're probably going to be using the most. We've got a couple of 220 to 240, and these are 2,000 watts. So you can run some big items on this, and we'll take a look at what we can do with this a little bit later. Next, we're going to take a look at the Ecoflow Max. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing it around because I've got a lot of the outputs here. First of all, the screen on this, it's much better to see this in the sunlight over there. And like I said earlier, unfortunately, there is no wireless charging on the top of this one. We've got some 4 traditional Type A USBs over here. A couple of them are fast charge ones on the right. And right here, there's 2 100-watt USB-Cs, and that to me is a winner. For charging the MacBook, although you can charge it on a 60 watt, it will be depleting slowly. It won't be charging at as well as these. 100 watts to charge the MacBook is perfect. Let's take a look around over on the side over here. Here's where you can plug in some extra batteries. So you can expand this one, and I believe you can expand this one as well. And right here are the ports you're probably going to be using the most. There are 4 of the standard UK 3-pin plugs here. There's your traditional cigarette lighter over here, and you've got some 3-amp ones just over there. Right, let me talk about charging these guys, because this one right here has got an external power supply, and you could, like I've done this weekend, leave it at home and forget it. I've depleted it, I've got no way of charging this. This one right here has got it built in. So this one here, you just need a kettle type lead, plug that in and charge that up. Now, charge time. This one here charges at 500 watts, so it takes quite a bit to charge the whole battery. This one, it sounds like a plane taking off when it's charging. I tell you what, this one's charging at almost 2,000 watts. The fans were going, and this charges 4 times faster than this one here. But not only that, having the built-in power supply unit, it's ideal. I can charge this right now. This one, I'm going to have to wait till I get home. Now, that said, the cycles, this one here, I think, and don't correct me on this, but I'll put it on screen, I think this charges up to 3,500 cycles, because the battery technology inside this one is a LiPo 4, which I understand is exactly the same technology as we've put in our van. Now, this one here, I think it's got 800 cycles on this battery because of the battery technology, so it's not gonna last as long, but you're still gonna get years out of either of these. I mean, 3,500 cycles to 80%. That's going to last forever. And this is still going to last for many years. This is a little bit heavier. It's a bigger unit, although it's got 2 handles on here. But picking this up, it is very heavy. This one here, again, it's got 2 handles on, but it's not quite as heavy. Right, the screen here. I also want to talk about the app. This one, you can download an app from the App Store and you can connect to this and turn it on and off and control it. So the new kid on the block, bit of newer technology. And to me, being smaller, lighter, the extra 100-watt PD ports, I'm slightly favouring this one over this one right now. Although they're both very, very good. And like I say, the cycles on this, 3,500 cycles. This will last you for a lifetime. Right, so why do we have these power packs when we've got all them lithium batteries in our motorhome? I'll tell you why, it's ideal for the kids. Having one of these, especially the smaller ones lying around, it's great for them to plug in and charge their phones. It's great for them to charge their iPads. They plug the Nintendo Switch in here, and they even plug our new BenQ GS50 projector in. A lot of you have been asking about this new projector we've been using. BenQ did send us this projector for free. However, I wasn't going to tell you about it until we tested it. So we've had it for about a month now, and we're very, very impressed, I've got to say. Let me give you some specs on it quickly. You can get a 100-inch screen at just 2.7 meters away. It's a real nice big screen. It's 1080p, full HD with 500 ANSI lumens, if you know what that means. It means it's pretty bright. The sound on it is amazing. It's got a built-in bass, so you get a good surround sound with that. It's got a 2.5-hour battery life from the built-in battery. It's also splash-proof at IPX2. We use it as our main TV in the rear of the motorhome. You may have seen on a video a little while ago, the boys were watching the football on it in the back, and it's got a lovely big screen in the back. So it's our main telly in the rear of the motorhome. We also used it at the Camp Quirky and the International Campervan and Adventure Overland show at Stratford, where we had friends round in the evening, and we were playing Mario Kart with the projector on the side of the motorhome. So it is awesome. Also, you can extend the battery life by plugging it into one of the battery packs that I'm reviewing in this video. So wanted to tell you about it. There's a link in the description. It's going to give you a discount on it, guys. For the next month, from June the 15th to July the 15th, you can get this for £619. So if you're interested, head down to the description and click that link. Right, back to the review video. Right, guys, let's talk about uses for these. First of all, these smaller ones, they're much, much more portable, much lighter. However, you can't be doing as much as you can with the big ones. You can't be putting large cooking devices on these that pull a lot of power. These are good for kind of charging your batteries, charging your phones, maybe putting a low-powered hairdryer on them, but you can't be plugging electric kettles. There may be a low-power electric kettle you can get in some of these, but that'll take ages to boil anyway. So if you're cooking on gas and you just want occasional use for charging your items up, these here are ideal. And the size of them, if I'm honest with you, they're much more handy. I prefer these small ones. However, these big ones you can do way, way more with. These are possibly even a complete solution for your van. If you wanted to just drop one of these in instead of wiring the batteries in like us, you can get the solar panels that you plug into these and lay out and charge them with the sun. If you're converting a van possibly on a budget, or you don't want to get involved in all the wiring of the electricals and stuff like that, I know some people are using these as a complete solution for that, so that's ideal. For cooking, maybe putting an induction hob. These guys are going to run an induction hob no problem, so if you wanted to use it for that, don't be plugging 4 high power devices in here. It will trip the battery technology there. So although you can plug 4 devices in, yeah, maybe only 1 high power device you can plug into this. Check your payload, because these aren't light. These are very, very heavy power packs. Now, they're both winners. They're both winners in their own rights. The PowerOaks have probably been on the market for one of the longest. They're probably the most experienced in making this a beautiful looking bit of kit. It really, really is. It's got all the outputs you're going to need, especially the PD. Some of them haven't got a PD. The Jackery ones, there's no PD on the old Jackeries, although there has just been announced a new 2000 Jackery and it's got a PD port on it. So they've stepped up and started doing that. But PD port's real essential for me charging the MacBook when we're on the road. It really, really is. Charge cycles on this one, 3,500. It's a winner. If you want something that's going to last you to the end of your days, this is probably the one to be going for. This is probably the winner on that one. The battery technology inside, same as what's in my van. It's going to last you way, way, way longer than this one. This one here, 2 100-watt PDs, that's perfect for charging Lindsay and mine MacBook at the same time. So really, really liking that, to be honest with you. The app's handy, although, you know, you've got some buttons on the front here, you've got the screen. You don't need the app, but it's kind of a handy little feature, isn't it? Size-wise, a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter. They're both about the same money. They're both about £2 grand. There are deals out there. You'll always get a deal on these, so look around and keep your eye on the channel, because if there are any deals, there's getting any promotions on these guys, we will put something on the channel. So hope you've liked the video. It's just a brief look to compare what a couple of these big leading power packs for £2,000 can get you.